Hello there. If you're just joining us, a very good evening, and where have you been? We are at the Swansea.com Stadium for Wales's final game of this Nations League campaign, and it's against two-time world champions Germany. And the good news and the reason that this crowd is cheering is that at half-time it is 0-0, and more than that, it is Wales that has had the better of that first 45 minutes. But the big question, can they continue with that momentum? They are out early and ready to go. And Helen, as I said, a very impressive first half from Wales. They will want to build on that and, more importantly, try and get a goal.
Yeah, I think that is true, but I also think that they're not going to go gung-ho from the first whistle. Katie mentioned just now before the break that you don't want to concede a silly goal in the first 10 minutes because it undoes all that good work. And I think that will be the key thing now, will be to consolidate where we're at and then build into the game again.
And Katie Sherwood, Germany are obviously panicking. They are making two substitutions to try and change the way this is going for them this evening.
Yeah, that's a really big statement. They actually were on the pitch warming up quite early, out of the changing rooms early. They won't be happy. They're expected to come here, score goals and top the group. So they have a big 45 minutes ahead of them, just like Wales.
Helen, could they get an historic win against Germany tonight, maybe?
Why not? The pressure's off, if we're honest. And the first half performance was superb. So why not go out there and try and get the win? I
love the positivity. I wonder, can they do it against the former world champions? Let's rejoin our commentary team for this one. Gwennan Harris and Simon Davis.
Yes, thank you, Catherine. And two Bayern Munich players entering the fray here, no less. Gwyla Gwyn in your shot there, who actually scored against Wales, scored that penalty in that 5-1 win out in Sinside. And so she is on and replacing Krumbeigel. And the other change, Huth making way for Linda Dahlmann. Because desperate times call for desperate measures from a Germany point of view.
Well, I called it, didn't I, at the end of the first half, because I was surprised that they didn't start, given that they need to match Denmark's result. I know Denmark are 0-0 at half-time with Iceland at the minute, but I just thought they'd come out with their strongest team, and Gwyn is definitely, that's one of the world's best players. Great to see her back from an ACL injury, actually, which she couldn't quite get back into the World Cup squad in time for.
Made her debut for Freiburg at the age of 16, now at Bayern Munich. Immediately Germany on the front foot here. Just wonder how those changes will have affected things. Nice little flick on from Pop. Josie Green has given it away, back to Pop. And the free kick given away by Josie Green. Well, the initial defensive play from the Leicester player was excellent, but just ran into trouble.
Yeah, she did well here, just stuck with her player. It's quick to turn, then she hasn't got any options. She just miscontrols the ball, as you see it there, and it's just a little bit late. Pop obviously makes the most of it, as any player would in that situation. Great area for Germany.
In its position, a bit too far out to shoot, you would think, but with Pop standing over the ball, this is dangerous.
Yeah, I'd expect her to try and test Liv Clark. Liv Clark's had nothing to do so far.
Well, there's a 5-woman wall for Pop to try and beat here, and Pop does go for it. Comfortable for Clark.
Yeah, it's easy, just shuffling across. Got her wall set up nicely, and then, she's just in the right place, comfortable for her.
The wall expertly placed. Rachel Rowe. To Ingle. Nice play from Hughes. Rowe to Fishlock. Rowe again. With the left foot this time. And it's resulted in a corner. More positive play from Rachel Rowe, using both feet.
Yeah, and the difference Elise Hughes makes in the build-up of that play on a couple of occasions, just the way that she's able to use her body to bring other players into position, allowing them runners off her from midfield. And then, as we've seen, just a continuation of the pattern Germany's missed control at the back.
Woodham with the corner for Wales. Evans! It was on target. Just bounced up in front of her, managed to guide the ball into the hands of Froms.
Yeah, she's completely unmarked, isn't she? She just can't quite get any real contact on the ball.
James and Roberts both stepping forward. Dispossessed Nuskin.
Yeah, and with Dahlmann coming on now, we're just seeing her. She'll drop into midfield a bit more, so they're playing more like a 4-3-3 now. Sort of I know Huth before was dropping in and out as well, but you see Dahlmann, they're just picking up these pockets of space in between the defensive and midfield lines.
Brand. Tackle from James. Wales a bit too careless in possession. Brand. Dahlmann. Gwyn. Decent ball. Linda. Much more positivity about Germany now. Ball in towards Evans. Good strong header away. And in the end, another comfortable one for Olivia Clark, but have those changes made a difference already for Germany, you wonder?
Yeah, I think we'll definitely see Gwyn getting forward more, but Dahlmann in those pockets of space initially, that's why Germany were able to play through. They haven't had many spaces to be able to do that. But I was just watching Josie Green then when the cross was coming in. Great positioning. Just the first thought, where is Pop? Can I get tight, make sure she doesn't get a bit of momentum on her run?
Rowe has gone down. No foul. Brand. Woodham sticking with her. It's of great respect, I think, to Wales that Germany have had to make these changes. They really had no option. Pop offside. And the ball runs out for a goal kick anyway. But we haven't seen much of her. We bigged her up with good reason at the start of the programme, Alexandra Pop.
Well, you just can't take your eyes off her. You can't give her a split second, and she's the type of player that you expect him to actually take the game by the scruff of the neck. I haven't seen anybody really lead for Germany, try and dig them out of their poor first half performance, and you would expect her, especially as captain and with the experience she's got, to do that in this half.
Evans with a flick on. Wales looking to end a run of results which has seen 6 straight defeats. We're pointing out that those 6 defeats have come against top 15 teams. One of those, of course, being Germany. Ball back to Froms, under pressure from Hughes. Well, calmly does it for Germany, but Wales not giving them an inch. And that's nice play up towards Dahlmann. And Germany have the free kick.
Yeah, and Wales are actually lucky that the referee didn't play advantage then, because they would have been in a world of trouble. Yeah, you can see why it's given, you know, she's got a hold of it. Just catches it on the way down. I'd be more concerned about her actual right leg there, the way it lands, but...
Speaking of injuries, we'll take this time to pay our own tribute to Hannah Kane. Terrible news about her ACL injury again. So unlucky, and it's such a blow for Wales.
The girl can't catch a break, can she? Since she's come into the Welsh setup, just continuously picking up injuries. Obviously, we know she's been out with a ruptured ACL before. Hopefully, it's not a rupture. We await, you know, the final results. Hopefully, it's not as long a term injury, but any ACL injury is a long-term one.
Well, there were 2 balls on the pitch there. The referee didn't see the second ball. It has gone out of play. So play on. And a German throw for Gwyn, whose penalty, in to stereotype Germans too much, but was typically German because it was top corner and it was top class against Wales. As you say, a bit of a surprise that she wasn't in the starting 11. Here she is trying to link up with Brand. Lily Woodham made that left-back position her own during this campaign. A lovely left foot as well, put some really good deliveries. Not always from throw-ins.
No, you did the commentator's curse on it then, Simon.
She'll be glad to have established herself as she has. So Roberts intercepts. Wales getting pushed back here, Gwenan. Here's Brand. Oh, Maisie run. She's still going, still going. Away by Josie Green. Tremendous run from Julie Brand.
Yeah, she's a brilliant youngster. And you just see just how comfortable she is driving inside. And it gets difficult then from a Welsh perspective because you've got to step a little bit high. You can't keep dropping. But as soon as she gets into the box, you have to time that tackle well. So you're a little bit of a sitting duck at times.
German corner to be taken by Bull. In swinger. Firm head away by Ellis Hughes. Quickly taken. Bull. Direct the ball in that near post again. Hughes there again. Here's Gwyn. Sorry, Dalman. Dalman into that near post, away to Evans. Sants. Tries it, good save. Olivia Clark. Sants' bending effort is put behind for a corner.
Oh, Olivia Clark does well here. She sees so many bodies in front of her to start with. Poor clearance from Evans, needs to get more distance, and Ingles quick to get out. They've learned that from the first half, and then Olivia Clark gets across her goal well. I think the deflection takes a bit of pace off it.
Deflection almost took it in as well. In swinging corner. Important header again from Ellis Hughes. Here's Fishlock. Rowe on the charge. She's on her own against Dawson. Just wonder how long before Wales and Gemma Granger attempted to change things up.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be long at all. I think just the intensity. I wasn't expecting us to be able to keep that intensity in the first half up, given that Germany were always going to come out having shown a bit of a reaction.
Escort. An excellent tackle, cleanly taken. Didn't dive in to deny Bull. You notice the switching of wingers again from Germany. Brand more on this right-hand side for Germany. Bull back on the left. High ball from Escort.
Yeah, let's not forget about the quality of the players that Wales are up against as well. You talk about Pop, talk about Bull. You know, these are the players that they were in the team of the tournament in the Euros in 2022 when Germany reached the final, lost to England in extra time. Some world-class players on the pitch this evening.
Again, Escort with an important touch for Hughes. Rowe. Nice play from Ingle to James. Rowe is through here. Up against Dawson. Did well, the German defender. Well, Rachel Rowe has run her socks off already this evening and just didn't have the extra yard over Dawson there.
A good play, good composure from Sophie Ingle. Link-up play between herself and Cara James, then running forward, driving on. And Rowe always a willing runner.
Oh, Gemma Granger in deep discussion with her coaches. John Gray, her assistant. There's a change imminent. There's a goal kick to Germany, but the notes are out, the tactic sheets are out, and that would suggest a change might be imminent.
Yeah, Ella Powell looks like she's just increased the intensity of her warm-up, and I'd be really pleased to see her get an opportunity. She's been doing very well for Bristol City in the WSL. Youngster who will get good experience. You know, Gemma Granger talks all the time about the experiences of playing these top nations. Well, the likes of Ingle and Hannah James, they're experienced enough. Give the youngsters of Ella Powell at least use those same opportunities.
Another terrific run here that has to be stopped from Wales. Nuskin stayed on her feet just until that final delivery. There's some mazy runs coming in. Dalman with the interception, and Rowe does well. Trying to find Fishlock. Free kick, foul on Woodham, but how about this from Rachel Rowe? She has showed some swagger tonight.
Yeah, well, we've seen the tricks and flicks before, haven't we? It's just about doing them in the right areas, but yeah, just a great reverse pass then, and then Nuskin just can't quite control it from a Welsh perspective. Very lucky, it opens up. Caught ball watching a bit as well.
Aimless ball from Evans. That's a nice little layoff from Pop to Brand. Evans made up for it.
She loves a sliding tackle, doesn't she? We've seen a great one in the first half.
And the timing of them.
Yeah, and they have to be spot on, and she's master of that skill. I know a lot of people say, I think Rio Ferdinand says, that defenders shouldn't be going to ground, but I don't think there's anything wrong with a good slide tackle myself.
And she does time them brilliantly. We saw that in the first half, Gemma Evans. That's why Manchester United have signed her, after all. Brings great balance to the Welsh defence as a left-sided centre-back as well. Hughes contesting the header with Gwyn. Good control from Pop. Gwyn with the throw. Brand. Well, she's causing Wales a few issues, Julie Brand, by cutting in from that right-hand side.
What you expect as well when she does cut in as well, especially when Germany are in, they're building the possession and the play up, is that it will allow then Gwyn to get forward. We know she's a really attacking full back. So by Brand adopting a further position, and it gives the space then for Gwyn to get in and around her.
Roberts to James. Well, as the clock ticks on, there's more pressure on Germany here, because they wouldn't have expected necessarily the scoreline to have been like this with an hour gone. Nice ball to Dalman. Wales need to close it down. 1-2 with Nuskin, Dalman, Sons. Corner kick.
I said Dalman, you know, in those pockets of space would make a difference, and you could just see as they're building up. And then actually the reverse pass on Pop and made a great run along, and it's frustrating when you're playing as a forward and you make those runs, you see the space. I think it was Rhiannon Roberts was dragged out, so that she ran across into the space she'd left. Didn't quite see her, and then Wales just had to defend what was in front of them, defending the shots.
Clara Bull, an outswinger on this occasion. Look at that back post. Ingle beaten to the header and was fouled ultimately. Well, Ingle felt that there was a shirt pull as well, but it was a decent delivery.
Maybe apart from Sam Kerr, there are no better headers of the ball in the female game. And what is a frightening prospect is Pop running at you to attack a header. Ingle stood up well there, to be fair.
Well, Ingle is no slouch in the air either, but as we thought, Gwenan, a double change coming for Wales.
Yeah, I think Wales, you know, you could see that they're tired, and I'm really pleased to see it, Wales actually, and Gemma Granger being a bit more forward thinking and making those changes a bit earlier as well, instead of waiting until the 80th minute where the legs have completely gone and Wales have conceded 3 or 4, as we've already seen in the campaign. So good changes. Just be interesting to see where they actually slot in, because Ella Powell's used to playing as a wing back, full back. Kerry Holland can play anywhere, to be fair. She's got a great engine.
Yeah, we've seen Kerry play in any of the 3 forward positions when it's been a more 4-3-3 formation. And here comes the first change, and it's Lily Woodham making way for Ella Powell. Another solid performance from Lily Woodham. She's had her hands full at times. And Ella Powell of Bristol City, when she made her debut all the way back in 2018 under Jane Ludlow. Caps have been few and far between since then. And Rachel Rowe, the closest Welsh player to scoring tonight, and she could be pleased with her performance.
Yeah, a bit surprised, to be honest, with both changes. I think Woodham's been coping pretty well so far. Obviously it's going to be a difficult evening now, as I said, the second half of the changes being made, but I think Rose still look lively. Yes, they're fatiguing. I think Fishlock fatiguing as well, the amount of running that they've got to do, but quite surprised. She's so good in those tricky areas, uses her body well.
Fishlock contesting for it. So some eye-opening changes from Gemma Granger.
What it is a huge experience for Ella Powell, coming up against one of the best prospects in the women's game in Brand, and then you've got Gwyn overlapping as well, so she'll really need Gemma Evans, the closest sided centre half, as well as Fishlock then, and one of the midfielders, just one of them at times coming to support her so that she's not in an overloaded 2v1 situation.
Powell with her first touch of Bristol City. Not short of confidence, needs support, but a run that will give her confidence.
Yeah, great run, just driving forward and then using her body well to protect the ball, to carry on that run. The first touch as you come on as a substitute is so important, just to get that confidence. And you see she's brimming already. That would have settled her nerves no end.
And she's won Wales a free kick. Well, it's the type of contribution that Gemma Granger would have been hoping for, and it was with real immediacy since coming off the bench. Ella Powell. James will likely take this one. Was that near post? Hughes was a target. By Sons, Ingle, Powell, Holland, tries it! First touch off the bench. Not a bad one from Kerry Holland.
Oh, great strike, she got right behind that. So yeah, maybe a point to prove, maybe disappointed to be left out of the starting 11.
James is through here. Nuskin with an important interception, but it's still there for Wales. Holland gets to the byline, tries the cross, could fall for Powell. Well, these two substitutes have brought a lot since coming off the bench.
Yeah, and that's what you want. You know, Wales were dragged back, weren't they, for 15 minutes, really struggling to get out. You want your changes to make a difference, change that momentum, as we've seen in that last couple of minutes. And Kerry Holland just really direct, positive, fearless.
Josie Green, no need for risk-taking here, into touch. The game at a crucial stage now, Gwenan. Gwyn. Oh, good play in such a tight space. Sance to Nusken. Brand trying to keep it in play. I don't think she'll succeed in doing that.
Yeah, they're always, when they play into feet, then they're always looking for that next pass to be in behind. You can understand why, because if you've come to feet, you've created a bit of space. But they force that pass quite a lot, or they have this evening anyway, Germany. Just expect, sometimes they just need to be a bit more patient in their build-up.
So a change for Germany. There's activity on the bench. I honestly feel that Nicole Anyomi, she scored against Wales out in Sinsheim, is the right option to bring off the bench. And rough challenge from Pop and a free kick to Wales. But I think it's a sense of frustration that you feel from Germany. Wales have defensively so far done the job.
Yeah, they've really frustrated, haven't they? They've limited the spaces at times, and they've just got in their faces, made it difficult, been fiery.
And Julie Brandt, that was her last piece of action. And Eintracht Frankfurt's Nicole Anyomi is on. One of the goal scorers in Sinsheim.
Surprised not to see Germany bring Lohmann on. Yeah, Sydney Lohmann, Sarah de Brits, two superb players, and you've seen the difference Lohmann made. And she didn't get many starts in the World Cup, which was a surprise to everybody, and when she did, she really drove the team on.
Well, a stoppage for Olivia Clark to receive a bit of treatment for a bit of cramp, and a water break as well. A lot of young fans here in Swansea tonight, enjoying what they're seeing so far. All that's missing, Gwenan, is a Welsh goal, but a good turnout as ever.
Yeah, pleasing to see the crowd, because it can be difficult, when you're losing games and maybe the performances haven't been as entertaining in this weather. It's difficult to maintain those types of crowds. I think they're definitely doing that this evening. It's such an encouraging performance. What's been pleasing as well is see the development of the crowds come to the game, but also the amount of viewers. Pretty sure, as Richard said, this week that there's been, the viewing over the last couple of years actually trebled. So it just shows, as we've always said, the interest is there in the games, just having the opportunities to be able to make it visible.
And international football back in Swansea as well. So a chance for some of those youngsters to see their heroes. Hopefully a few future Welsh internationals in the crowd as well. That's something you're passionate about, Gwenan.
Yeah, and it's just about that visibility, isn't it? When I was their age, didn't even know that there was a senior women's team. I had no access to seeing them on the television, didn't know there was games to go live to. And as we've seen from the clip, only back in, well, it felt like only yesterday, but a long time ago now, 2007 when we last played them, there was barely anybody there, nobody knew, and they were world champions at the time and about to retain it, that summer. They won it in 2003, the World Cup, and won it again after they played us 2007. But, there was no advertising, etc. So the game has come on in so many different aspects.
Well, another option for Gemma Granger is Fionn Morgan. Brings electric pace off the bench, and we've seen that in a few games, and rare to see Helly Land on the bench, so often at the heart of the Welsh defence. This is one for Hughes to chase against Heinrich, who's pushed back to her own byline here, and Fishlock wins it back. Well, Fishlock penalised, is she? No, it's a Welsh free kick.
No, it's definitely a Welsh free kick. I think just a bit
Fishlock
frustrated.
Fishlock remonstrated with the referee, but she got the decision. I think she was perhaps asking for a card, maybe. But what a position this is.
Yeah, and you could see actually Wales, the amount of times that they've had set pieces, quite a few they've worked off the training ground. Can they create another and actually take one of these opportunities?
James will take this. There is the option that Powell could as well. James's free kick, close to the goalkeeper. Did well, Froms. She was completely surrounded. Fishlock! Every time she gets the ball in that sort of position, you raise off your seat slightly.
Yeah, and she scored 2 great goals in this campaign. She just didn't quite get the contact on it, the amount of power she would have liked to. They'll be so disappointed, man, because look at the amount of opportunities. You look at the both keepers that have worked, and Fromms has been worked so much more. It's just the way she's got to readjust her feet there. You know, it's not bouncing in front of her, so she's got to readjust it to try and get more pace on it.
Ball towards Pop. Evans doesn't need to take any risks here, and doesn't to get distance on that clearance. Only as far as Gwyn. Given away. One back by Sons. Green with a header. Evans under pressure from Anyomi. Fishlock. The move is on for Wales. Hughes. Dawson always had it covered there. It's in that sort of position that you need a Rachel Rowe or a Fiona Morgan who's on the bench.
Yeah, just need that pace, as I mentioned before. You know, it's not maybe Elise Hughes' biggest strength, but she brings so many players into play with her hold-up play, so you just need runners off her then into those spaces, especially those spaces the full-backs are vacating as they bomb forward to support the German attack.
Charlie Escort with the throw. Looking for Hughes. Here's Ingle. Holland. Well, her only thought since coming off the bench is to run at these German defenders. And she's won a throw in for her efforts. Been really positive.
Yeah, and why not? Because, yeah, okay, you don't want to go too gung-ho, but at the same time we've got absolutely nothing to lose, so why not?
Misplaced pass from Escort. Interception from Roberts. Of Real Betis. It's the one thing she enjoys over there is the weather.
I don't blame her.
It's a really cold one in Swansea tonight, but positive for Wales so far. If they can hold out, Nuskin didn't spot Fishlock behind her. Ingle. How calm is Sophie Ingle in those positions? Incredible composure.
Great feet as well, just to get herself out of position to start with. She's trouble, sorry.
She's a baller, as the kids say. Josie Green, well, Germany thought they should have had the free kick, and Wales don't have to stop the play here. It's up to the referee, who does. Well, the crowd not happy with the Romanian official. There was no obligation from Wales.
No, I think it was just Ingle just hesitating slightly, when actually if she picked her head up, it was 5v5 and a real opportunity for Wales.
This was the incident.
Yeah, she just falls on it. Out. Which might be a bit winded, but you know, there's not much in it for me there. They're just battling 50-50. Okay, right, I didn't see that.
Well, technically,
I take it back. She does catch her with her arm, yeah.
And in fairness, I suppose it was deemed a head injury. Meanwhile, that is the instigation for a Welsh substitution, and it is going to be Kayleigh Green coming on and Elise Hughes. Well, she's worked hard tonight, Elise Hughes. Scored against Iceland. Oh, absolutely delighted that she got that goal. And her hold-up play at times tonight has been really good.
Superb. A really good performance for what she's been asked to do. Be that vocal point. Make sure that she keeps hold of the ball, takes that pressure away from Wales and having to defend constantly, because we can't seem to just get a little bit higher up pitch. She's brought other players into play superbly well.
And we know what we get from Kayleigh Green. Full commitment. from the Welsh number 9.
Yeah, she's got a bit more pace, so you're hoping now that she can run those channels well, especially as I've said a couple of times. I think the full-backs will continue to go forward to support the attack that Germany need to win this game, and it'll leave more spaces for Kaylee Green to run into those spaces, those channels.
And the experienced players getting together. And there we see Alexandra Popp, who is still holding her head from that challenge from Ingle, which I think, in fairness, we underestimated. I think it was unfortunate more than anything. Not necessarily malicious, Gwenan, but that sums up Popp's night. She just hasn't had it her own way.
No, she hasn't, but I've actually been a bit disappointed, just as I said, expecting a bit more from her. Try and take the game by the scruff of the neck. She's just cut quite an isolated figure up top.
She's not happy. I wouldn't expect her to be happy to come off, but it does seem as though that Peterman will come on in her place. In the meantime, Wales have got to be wary of Dalman. Good feet. Winding away, deflected efforts. Good concentration from Clark. Awkward one for a goalkeeper to take on.
Yeah, it is awkward because it's bounce just in front. You see, it takes the deflection, takes a bit of pace, but it's that bounce just in front. You can see Nusken, as any good player, any good forward player would do anyway, is following in just in case.
Showed great technical ability there, and this is going to be the change for Germany. There's going to be a double change, in fact, looking down at those sidelines. Peterman on for Popp, it seems, who's already gone off. So Popp is still on the pitch, forgive me. It does seem as though Germany are going to make these changes imminently, and whether that will be Popp will remain to be seen. But the first is Nusken of Chelsea, in for Peterman on the bench. And it's not Popp, in fact, it's Linda, who's off for Latvine. In fact, it's Heinrich who is coming off. And Peterman, confirmation of her entry into the pitch. Latvine, who was a Wolfsburg player, broke her collarbone last season, so it's been the road to recovery for her.
Yeah, I think you'll see Peterman go up top. Yeah, they're going for it now, so they've got Peterman up with 3 at the back.
Well, they have to go for it. It's been a surprising approach from Germany, but Wales have stifled them.
Yeah, they have. Germany have been really disappointed, sloppy in possession, but just no real tempo, no real pace, desire more than anything. They're throwing everything at it now for the last 10.
And just confirmation that Popp's still on the pitch and trying to get the better of Josie Green there. Well, she's grimacing, complaining, shrugging her shoulders. She can't have too many complaints about that.
I think Green is just quite clever there, just tries to run across her line of closing down Livy Clark.
A crowd of 5,982 tonight in Swansea. Always nice to see Welsh games go all around the country. Seen some men's international recently up in Wrexham. Of course, Cardiff City Stadium very much the home of Welsh football for these big games, but tremendous for some of these Swansea youngsters and West Walian youngsters to see live international football, Gwenan.
Yeah, and especially midweek as well. You know, it's difficult then to get schools and clubs and parents to bring so many children up to, or so many people to come and watch up, you know, to the city centre. So, you know, why not actually take it around? Obviously, Wales played in Parc y Scarlets and Llanelli, quite a good a few times, got good support there as well.
And Yomi giving away the free kick. 8 minutes to go, plus added time, for what will be, or what would be, an excellent result. And a frustrating one for that man, Herbert Hrubesch, former West German international, coach of Germany. Ball to Fishlock. Thumbs up from Fishlock. I think she wanted to try and nod it into the path of Ella Powell. Of course, as things stand, Germany will finish top of the group. We're hearing that Iceland have taken the lead against Denmark, which is interesting. Ball through the middle. Roberts has let it go. Oh, so close for Peterman. It was a simple ball over the top, and Roberts just misjudged the bounce. Clearance away for Wales. And the goalkeeper, we're talking about a sweeper keeper, he's come way out of a goal here, almost by the centre circle. Inviting Welsh pressure. Here's Kayleigh Green, chased by Anyomi. Has supported Powell. Good turn from Green. Ingle. Just too hard and too high for Kerry Holland. And usually we don't say that about Sophie Ingle. Those long passes of her, usually so accurate.
Yeah, she can spray them out wide with both feet, can't she? But I think she just needed to play a bit more simple there. Just look for her feet, don't look for the space in behind. Just give it to her so she can then get in that 1v1 where she likes to be.
Dahlmann going for it with Pop. James has it instead. Powell. Fishlock. She's got Dawson with her.
Just shows, though, Simon, with that Iceland result, well, not result, sorry, game as it is at the moment, there is a difference between the top of League A, as you said, and the bottom. To be able to do that consistently, you need the squad depth, the infrastructure, the support financially, etc. But
here's Ingle. Fishlock. Fishlock tries it, an acute angle, really tight angle, but it's still there for Wales. Kayleigh Green with the cross, away by Anyomi. Well, Wales have mixed it with top opponents tonight, as you were saying, Gwenan.
Yeah, they have, and look, again, just making sure you're not giving anyone any time or space, just stepping up a little bit higher, putting pressure on the ball. I thought he was going to fall for Kerry Holland, but quite.
Powell. The goalkeeper almost caught out of position there, Franz. But it's an attempted quick counter-attack here. Fine.
Escott's done well in those situations. You could just see she's just trying to show it down the line with her body positioning. Backed herself, maybe thought that she was going to lose the battle, but just got back in time. I think the presence of Kerry Holland doubling up also helped.
Ingle, Holland, Fishlock. James has spotted Kayleigh Green, who's got the pace. Needs supports. The tackle from Gwyn and the clearance from Dawson. Germany have been in a contest tonight, make no mistake about it.
Yeah, you can just see the way that they're giving possession of the ball away in midfield again. Welsh midfield stepping onto that and releasing then into the spaces, and Gwyn just does enough to take the pace off it. But then, just again, when Wales are in those positions, can they just have a bit more composure? Don't need to force any passes, just maintain possession of the ball.
Fishlock. Time running out for this game to get a goal. Tried the through ball to Holland. And you can just see Jess Fishlock has her head in her hands.
Yeah, I think she knows there, just the decision making maybe not quite right there. But again, Hannah James just poking it away, and then see Kerry Holland. She initially goes to run, then she just checks the run just briefly to create herself a bit of space. Needed the ball to feet then.
Pop, excellent first touch to Anyomi. He's got the option of Dalman. It's in field. Away in the end by Escort. Heart in mouth moment there. Minute and a half plus added time. And it goes out for a throw. That'll do for Wales.
And that was what I was talking about in terms of Germany. They'd always forcing that second pass, they just played it back. But Dalman's made a real difference since she's come on. And that's actually a really good ball. And you can see, the movement then from Petterman. She could have actually got on it, but she just tried to dummy over it to create space, but nobody on the same wavelength as it.
Minute to go. Gemma Granger, not the type to get carried away, but to finish with a draw against the Germans, at least there's some positivity to what has been a really hard campaign. But it's not done yet. Evans, high and clear.
Huge positives to take from. How can you not look at this performance? To be honest, Wales would be disappointed not to win this game. The amount of chances that they've had and how difficult they've made it. The Germans have barely created anything of worth in this game. And for all the talk, Gemma Granger keeps saying about performances. Right now, I'm listening to that, because before she said about performances, they haven't really been good enough. They haven't been up to the standard. This is the standard we expect, because Wales have the players to be able to compete.
And hopefully a sign of good things to come going forward. 4 minutes of added time at least. And who knows, 4 minutes for Wales to get a goal, Gwennan Harris.
No, we can dream. And I think they'll deserve it, I really do. The Germans have been very poor for their standards.
Surprisingly poor, given so much that's on this game, never mind the other results and how that goes.
Wales have made them be poor at times, but other times, under no pressure, they've been way below their usual standards.
James forward to Kaylee Green. Fishlock has pushed further forward now in these final few minutes. Pop. Tackled by Evans. Oh, and it was almost through to Green. Tremendous interception, you have to say, from Gwyn. Escort. Ball is through to Bull. Wales don't want to concede now. It would be so cruel. Bull! Good save, Clark.
Oh, taking a deep breath. Just a mistake from Charlie Escort, who's played brilliantly well. And then Bull, as I said, one of the players, or in the team of the tournament for the Euros, just tries to sneak it in, but Olivia Clark was alive to it.
We've been here before. Wales in added time, looking to protect a result. Anyomi, Dawson, restricted by Fishlock. Gwyn. Optimistic ball. Escort with the clearance away. Holland's header. So important to concentrate now. Germany aren't finished. Oh, it's a foul by Holland. Free kick. In a really dangerous position.
Yeah, it's just one of them where she just sells herself, really.
A clear free kick on Bull. But more worryingly for Wales is this position. The referee has got out the vanishing spray, ushered the players back. Surprising maybe that there aren't more outfield players for Germany in that box, but is the delivery there towards that back post. Ingle gets the touch. Desperate defending from Wales. It's given away by Holland. Bull. Got to be careful, Wales. Great interception from Rhiannon Roberts. Crucial.
Oh, a huge block. Put your body on the line.
Absolutely crucial. Well, this will run down the clock, help run down the clock. Jess Fishlock off for Ffion Morgan.
Just biding the time, and then I don't think Ffion Morgan's going to touch the ball, but if there is a little bit of time added on, you know, one long ball, and with her pace, you never know.
Well, Jess Fishlock hardly sprinting off, and you can't blame her. Do it at walking pace, Jess.
Oh, she's put such a shift in, as they all have, to be fit. But back to defend and try and get up and support Elise Hughes. Make sure that she's not isolated. She's outstanding.
Performance is up, but because of the subs, the referee is adding on a little bit extra here. Long throw. Bull against Escort. Roberts getting a foot to it. Lackvine. Wales struggling to get it away. Evans with the clearance. Up towards Kerry Holland. And it's back to the goalkeeper. And all eyes now on the Romanian referee. It's over. Well, it's an excellent result to end a tough campaign. Wales may be relegated to League B, but they'll remember this result for a long time ago. Kerry Holland and the subs put in a shift. Sophie Ingle and Jess Fishlock, the experienced players, certainly put in a shift. But for Wales, it's a result against Germany.
Outstanding performance and a huge confidence booster, something for them to take out the campaign, and just a sign as well, just to show what Wales are capable of when they're set up correctly.
It's finished in Swansea. Wales finish on a high note. It's Wales 0, Germany 0.
They do indeed. No goals, but as Simon and Gwenan said just there, what a result for Wales. Let's give you some context here. 2-time world champions, 8-time European champions. They are ranked 4th in the world. Wales are 29th. 25 places separate them, and they have just held them to a 0-0 draw here at the Swansea.com stadium. And that smile on Sophie Ingle's face says it all, doesn't it, Katie?
Yeah, absolutely. And this is what this team needed. They need to finish on a positive, on a high, and to, you know, have this result against such a powerhouse like Germany is testament to how they've picked themselves back up after, you know, such a tough run in this Nations League.
Helen, you've been in that changing room so many times when results haven't gone your way, when they have gone their way. What will this mean to the girls tonight?
It will mean a lot, and I think as much as anything it's proved to themselves that they can go out and compete against the best. And, you know, not only is it a good result, but it's a clean sheet, and the first time in a long time that we've been able to say that. And I think what I liked most about that performance was it wasn't a backs against the wall. We've seen in the past where we have got results against the top nations where it's been almost like the Alamo, and you're hoping that your goalkeeper has a wonderful game. And don't get me wrong, Liv Clark did what she needed to do very, very well tonight, but for me it was the resilient nature, but also having that quality in attack. And okay, we didn't score, but the moments that we had, you'd arguably deserve that Wales did deserve to win that. Didn't quite have that final touch, that final moment to put it in the back of the net, but for me that was one of the best performances I've seen from a Wales team against the top-ranked nation in a long, long time.
Would you agree, Katie?
Yeah, absolutely. But this is why we're frustrated, because we know what this team can produce, and we have these expectations because we have the quality. We know we can compete against the top nations. We've seen it previously. We've seen it against France in qualifiers. So it's now finding a way to consistently do that and close the gap on these big nations, because we've proved here today we can do it. So whether it's the formation change or, you know, picking players that are in form, Gemma Granger has something to build on now going into the qualifiers.
Well, I think we can get some reaction from one of the warriors out there this evening. Jess Fishlock is with Alex.
Jess, what a result. You've just drawn against the former world champions. How does that feel?
Yeah, it's I'm tired, but great result for us, but more importantly, a really good performance. We talked all through Nations League about that it's a process and it's a journey, and that we're learning how to be better at this level. And it may have taken us a little longer than we thought, but we're at the end now. They needed to win, by the way, right? So this wasn't a nothing game for them. They needed to win. They came here and we just shut them down. And that's our progress, that's our journey. Now we got to take this as our bare minimum basic standard now and push on again.
Is there almost a tiny bit of disappointment though that you didn't quite get that win tonight?
Yeah, of course, we could have, we hit the post. I thought we were the better team even going into their half. And there's those little moments that we have to tidy up on, right? Like we're going to have 4 opportunities, sometimes we might only have 2, we've got to score 1. And that's just really the real tiny bit of detail for the next level for us. And this has been hard for us, right? And we could have easily come into this game, thrown the towel in, weak mentality, but that's not us, right? And you saw that today. I couldn't be any prouder of these girls in this group, and we're going to take this now to give us confidence to really push on for our Euro qualifiers.
Yeah, and just a word on Elise too. She was outstanding for you tonight, wasn't she?
She was, and she is, and she's been doing great for us. And you know, we've got a great group, we've got great depth, and we're going to need everyone, right? We showed that today, and I'm happy for Elise. She's just a good girl as well, right? And so we're all super happy for her. And honestly, we just can't wait now for the next one.
Yeah, and just finally, obviously most of these players will get a well-deserved rest now, but it's going to be a pretty busy week for you this week, isn't it?
Yeah, it is going to be a busy week. My partner's here, I think, up there. Super excited to kind of finish the year off now by getting married. And my season's over now, so I get to just have really enjoy it, so I can't wait.
Well, Jess, thanks very much for talking to us.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations to Jess Fishlock. So no goals for Wales. They did come close. Rachel Rowe with an opportunity, but Olivia Clark kept Wales in it in that second half. What a save from Clark there against the Germans. So let's have a look at the table. Well, Germany did need a win, or they needed to match or better the performance of Denmark tonight to top the group. They did that because Denmark lost 1-0 to Iceland this evening. That one a bit of a shock. So Germany top the group, Denmark second, Iceland third. Yes, Wales are relegated, but they do pick up a point, and that, as we've already said, against the former world champions Germany. Who saw that coming? And what's so nice to see, as ever, the players just mingling with this Swansea crowd. The women haven't played here since 2018. And interesting to hear Jess talk there about the progress and the journey that they are on. They have said throughout this campaign, stay with us. And I guess, have they proven that tonight?
Yeah, I think so. And I think you have to remember as well that this is a different process to qualifying for a major tournament, one that we're not used to. That it's the first Nations League. It's the first time where you're facing top opposition game in, game out. You don't get those sort of games where you go to the sort of lesser nations, if you like, and you're almost expecting to win. So it's a different process, and one that takes a little bit of time to get used to, as we've seen. But this is a big moment, and they need to pick this up in the new year and go again with it, and hopefully take that confidence into League B, as we've mentioned before.
Because this needs to be, as Jess herself said, the bare minimum.
Yeah, these are the expectations they set previously. And this is something that they can really build on. What was most pleasing for me was that second half performance, where that they were able to sustain the pressure on Germany and were able to keep that discipline and organisation, which they've lacked in previous games. But to do that consistently for 90 minutes, that's how they've got the result. That performance, it all come together in this game.
Yeah, that was a 90-minute performance. And in the past, they have been guilty against Germany of leaking those goals late on. I think they leaked 3 in that final 10 minutes. didn't they, against Germany in the reverse fixture?
Yeah, but what it also shows to me is that depth we've heard about was evident tonight, not only in the changes that came into the game, but the ones that started the game who aren't used to the Josie Greens, Charlie Escott, Elise Hughes. They all played their part, but then when we make the changes and we give the players time to bed in, Fiona Morgan aside right at the end there, but they were able to come in. Ella Powell, I thought, was fantastic when she came on. Maybe an eyebrow or two raised that she came on for Lily, who had a really good game, but Ella came on and nothing changed. It kept up that same momentum, same with Kerry Holland. And that shows why we've all been calling for those changes perhaps a little bit sooner, but now they're here, and now Gemma can see that actually she has got that squad depth, and they've gone and proved it against the best in the world.
Well, you can see Gemma Granger there. She's on her phone, and she's also on her way to come and talk to us very, very soon. So we'll get the reflections of the manager. Moving forward, they need to build on this, and that will be the test, won't it, of this side, to get that consistency going forward.
Yeah, taking what lessons they've learned, and there's been some tough lessons. But what Gemma Granger have said that she wants this team to develop is the attacking play. Yeah, we've let the defensive strength slip a little bit, but we've shown tonight that we still have the standards. But we've seen moments throughout this Nations League where we've actually scored goals against these top nations. We've created chances. So taking that into League B against teams that are similar ranked to us, that's now where we need to see the goals. We need to be more clinical, and hopefully we can take these lessons into qualifiers.
Well, I think Gemma Granger is ready to come in and join us. I'm going to invite her in if I can. Gemma, good to see you, and thank you so much for coming in and seeing us so quickly. Sum up the emotions right now, because what a roller coaster of a match that was, but I can imagine you feel pride and possibly a tiny bit of disappointment that you didn't win that one.
Yeah, absolutely. For me and the players today, it was all about the performance, and I'm really proud of the players tonight in terms of that performance. And you're right, I thought we were the better team. We've had more clear-cut chances, hit the post. So overall, I'm very pleased. You know, for me, it was always about, and I've always said it, playing in this league is what we wanted to do. In the last year, we played Germany, we played Denmark, we played the USA. These are the games, and this is the learning that's going to take us forward. Tonight, we've seen that, and for us as a group, it gives us belief. We're very proud to do it here in Swansea, and for us, you know, I've always said we want to take the learning from the Nations League, and we want it to be in League A, and tonight showed us the reason why. We get better in second games against teams. We always do it. It doesn't matter who. And tonight, you know, in terms of the team we played in Germany, the strength of the League A, I've seen that Iceland have beat Denmark in Denmark. It shows the level that we're competing at. And you know what, in the games that we've played in, we've done well in some of them. We've done well for certain parts of it. Tonight, we've played from the first minute to the last minute, and I'm really proud for the players.
Yeah, we've already discussed that, a 90-minute performance. And I'm just wondering, what did you say to your players before the match, or what did they say to each other to inspire that performance?
Yeah, we're very much together in terms of what we want to do, and we have a focus on that vision of qualifying for the Euros. So tonight it was purely the performance. We wanted to come here and put on a performance that made people proud of us, and we executed our game plan. You know, for us, we have very good game plans, and it's about executing them from the first minute to the last minute. And to do that against Germany, the players, like I said, should be very proud.
And you mixed things up this evening. Some depth in that squad now. You've possibly given yourself a bit of a headache going forward, haven't you? A headache I'm sure you don't mind having right now.
Yeah, it's certainly something that's been developing, and it's changing. The way we played tonight, the players that have come on have made us stronger, and that depth's been developing over time. It's something that we planned for, and like you said, it is a headache for me. It's a change from when I first took this position, and it's a nice challenge to have.
Coming into this one, it was 6 defeats on the bounce. Did you start to feel the pressure? Was it tough? Because ultimately we are in the results business, aren't we?
At this stage, for us, you know, doing something for the first time, you can't underestimate the journey that we're on, and you can only take so many steps at a time. If you look at the steps we've taken, like I said, we didn't perform from the first minute till the 90th minute in all of the games. We have tonight. I believe, and the players believe, that we can do it, and this game tells us we can. So it's about consistency, and the girls have never played back-to-back higher ranked opposition like this. It was never about the results. For me, I don't feel the pressure. The pressure for me is, and the pressure for the players is putting on performances, and that's what we've done tonight, and we know we're capable of it. We want to turn the corner. You know, for me, it's a real moment where you're saying, you know, we had the better chances against Germany, and we're disappointed we didn't put one of those away.
Yeah, there has been a change in philosophy. You never doubted that. You wanted to stick to your guns.
Yeah, for sure. You know, you look at the chances we've created tonight, and they were the better chances in the game. Now, against top opposition, they haven't created as many as we have. So again, people say to me, is scoring goals a problem? We create a high amount of chances, and at this level, you maybe score 1 or 2, but tonight we've kept a clean sheet and we've created more chances.
We've got some lovely scenes there on the pitch. Isn't that lovely to see? And that's what it's all about, isn't it?
It absolutely
Just want to
is, yeah.
ask you very quickly about the Euros. I was glad to see that even yourself had to watch an explaining video, because it's so complicated, isn't it? But how much have you learned about this side, and how much is it still about qualifying for a major tournament, and are you still convinced that these are the girls that can get Wales there?
Yes, to the final question. I think tonight shows us that for us in the Nations League, we wanted to be in this league. We knew it was going to be tough. We'd never done it before. We now know what we've got to do next year, and in League B we'll be the seed 1 team, so we will want to take this learning and really dominate in that league. Then we'll want to pick that momentum, take it with us, and go into a possible semi-final and final. And we truly believe that we should be at European Championships, because that's the level at European Championships that we'd played in the games that we've played. So we've almost played a European Championships in our Nations League, and that was a brilliant opportunity for us, and I think that's a credit to the Nations League.
And ultimately you will be judged on that campaign, won't you?
Absolutely, yeah. We want to be as well. You know, I want to be judged on this team's performances and this team getting better, and that's what we're doing. We will be a team who are brave, and we will get better, and we will stick together doing that.
Gemma, appreciate your time as ever. It's been lovely to catch up with you. I've got to let you go because you are a very busy woman. Everybody wants to chat to you. Thank you so much. Diolch yn fawr iawn. There we go, Gemma Granger there, being honest as ever, fair play to her, and letting us know what this means to her, that draw. Right then, so many chances. We will look at them in a few moments, but Olivia Clark, who wants to start on this one? Because after getting her debut in the WSL, she has just gone from strength to strength, and this is a world-class save from her, isn't it?
Yeah, and this is a massive positive to take from this Nations League, is giving Olivia Clark an opportunity and showing that she is Wales' #1 now. But to produce saves like this, when actually she didn't have a great deal to do in the game, but staying alert and able to pull saves off like that, that could have changed the game. And she kept Wales in the game there.
I think she's come on leaps and bounds. I mean, I was lucky enough that we had her at Watford for a very brief spell at the start of this season, and I think the game time that she's got both with Wales and at club level is producing the performances like that, because for a goalkeeper particularly, having that consistency of performing at the level and being in game mode, it makes all the difference, and we're seeing now the fruits of that because she's putting in some really, really good performances.
She has been very consistent. I'll tell you who else has been very consistent. Captain Fantastic, Sophie Ingle, who's with Alex.
Well, Sophie, an outstanding result to finish what's been a tough campaign. What are your feelings after that one?
Just proud, really. Proud to represent our country and put in a performance like that tonight. I think credit to the whole team. I think the girls coming in tonight were great, and I think the formation change suited us, personally.
What does that performance say about the mentality and the character in this side?
Like, we never give in. I said that the other night, but we don't. We're playing a top team there, and we nullified them. And, you know, we could have scored. Again, that's the next step that we have to take. We have to get the ball in the back of the net somehow. But credit to us, you know, getting a draw against them right now at home is a great result for us.
Yeah, I asked the same thing to Jess. Was it a tiny bit frustrating that you almost couldn't get that win, couldn't find that goal tonight?
Yeah, I think something happened in the game about 70 minutes, and I turned to Haz and I said, like, I'm frustrated. I don't know how we haven't got a goal yet, but you know, it's good that we are creating against these teams, and it'll come with confidence, it'll come with time, and it'll come with us developing our playing style.
Well, Sophie, go off and enjoy this one. Thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.
All smiles from Sophie Ingle, all smiles from Elise Hughes as well. Just look at those faces. That's what it's all about, the next generation and inspiring them as well. What did you make of her performance, Elise Hughes, then this evening?
I really, really enjoyed it. I think she gave us something to target up front. I think she held the ball brilliantly well. We talked about this at half-time where I feel she could have had a shot and, you know, almost been the match winner potentially, but she just caused problems in the box, holding the ball up. You know, at times if you play as a lone striker, you can be really isolated, but because of her strength and her ability to get the ball under control, it brings others into the game, and then you get that support that you need. But she was always there looking to get on the ball, being an option for the players behind her to find that target and for them to alleviate a bit of pressure. And I think she should be really proud of her performance tonight.
Katie, your campaign, you've been calling out, others have as well, for her to have her opportunity.
Yeah, and what was important tonight was she had enough time to show what she can do, rather than coming on for the last 10 minutes or 5 minutes of the game, starting a game and really showing her presence and her ability, and like Hal said, holding the ball up. She's a different type of player to Kayleigh Green, so having that versatility. And Gemma Granger has a headache now going into qualifications. This is what we want, people competing for their positions.
Depth, that's what we've been calling out for. OK, then we have reached the end of a campaign. Not what we wanted, we have been relegated, but there have been highs as well as the lows. Katie, your highlight of this campaign?
I think the goals that we've scored, in particular the goal Germany away, that was such a team goal, and just that quality that we've shown that we can have. I think the build-up to this goal, there was like 7 passes, and it was all about the composure, the movement into the box, that absolute beautiful of a touch by Howard James. And Kerry Holland has been a real star, and I think just rewards there.
Helen, what about yours?
Yeah, there's been plenty of moments, and tonight is definitely one of them as a 90-minute performance. But for me, I think her one moment of quality would have been Jess Fishlock and her goal at home to Denmark. She's got a knack of scoring against the Danes. They'll be pleased to see the back of her. But again, a really well-worked goal in terms of the team. Carrie Jones laying it off, and if there's any player on the pitch that was going to do that, it was Jess Fishlock, and she stuck it in the corner and got Wales back into the game at the time, and it could have been a really important goal. But the quality she showed is exactly what we expect of Jess.
Katie, right at the start of the programme, I asked you for a grade. It was C-, I think. Has that gone up following this evening? Where are we at now?
We're at an A+.
Oh!
Well, yeah, definitely. I think everything we said in pre-match about defensive errors and having more quality on the ball, we put all that to right this evening, and we know what this team can produce, and these are the expectations, these are the standards that they've set now.
And you could see the relief on Gemma Granger's face there, because she has been under a bit of pressure. We are in a results game, we've said it time and time again, and the fans, they want to see a winning side. There was an element of maybe vindication from her that her plan is working.
Yeah, definitely, and she's a very strong-willed person. She's never going to let outside noise affect her, and we've seen that in interviews in the past and what she's done with this team. But tonight was fantastic, and you have to give her and the players all the credit for that, because it looks like the end of a process, or a very big part of the process that we're building towards, and they've put in a fantastic performance, and you can't deny that.
Euros next, and we look forward to that qualification. It is very, very complicated. I'm not going to go into it right now. I'm not going to ask you to go into it right now. A sigh of relief. But they have to build on this, and hopefully they can take this momentum forward, because we go again in April, not long.
And that's what this whole Nations League has been about, is that preparation for qualifiers, the ultimate goal. So what have we learned from this? We can be better in both boxes, but tonight we showed that we do have that quality, but now it's putting that into practice when it comes into these qualifiers.
Helen?
Yeah, I'm very much agreed. I think this is it's a great performance, it's a great result, but in a game with probably a little less pressure. The next step now is to do it in a game where everything's riding on it, which will be the case in the European qualifiers.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't there? There wasn't much pressure on Wales this evening. It was all on Germany. But hey, what a performance. And what a performance from you two over the last few weeks as well, and this campaign. Thank you very much. We will see you for the next campaign. We will see you also, because despite a very disappointing night on Friday, well, Wales have redeemed themselves tonight. 0-0 against the 2-time world champions Germany. Who saw that one coming? We'll see you very soon for the Euros qualifiers. Good night, Nostar.
This tough campaign, can it finish on a high? In goal! Rachel Rowe! Oh, it's at the post! Suns tries it, good save. Holland tries it. It's over. Wales may be relegated, but they'll remember this result for a long time.